Hey Ravi, long time no see. How have you been?
Hi, Aisha. I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well. I remember you once mentioned that you understand English pretty well, but you have trouble speaking it. Is that still the case?
Yeah, it is. I can read and understand English easily, but when it comes to speaking, I just freeze up. I can't seem to get the words out.
That's quite common. Speaking a language is often more challenging than understanding it. What do you think is holding you back?
I guess it's a mix of fear and lack of practice. I'm afraid of making mistakes and sounding silly. Also, I don't have many opportunities to speak English regularly.
I totally get that. Fear of making mistakes is a huge barrier. But remember, making mistakes is part of learning. Do you ever try speaking English with friends or family?
Not really. Most of my friends and family speak our native language, so we just stick to that. It's more comfortable.
Comfort zones can be tricky, but stepping out of them is essential for growth. How about we try speaking in English right now? I can help you practice.
That sounds a bit intimidating, but I guess I can give it a try. What should we talk about?
Let's start simple. Tell me about your favorite hobby.
Okay. I like to, how do I say it?
Take your time. Think about the words you know.
I like to play cricket. It is my favorite game.
That's great. How often do you play cricket?
I play every weekend with my friends. We go to the park.
You're doing well. What do you enjoy most about playing cricket?
I enjoy the teamwork and winning. It feels good to win.
I can see why you love it. You're doing really well with speaking. See, it's not that hard, right?
Thanks, Aisha. It's not as scary as I thought. But I still struggle with vocabulary and fluency.
That's normal. Building vocabulary takes time, and fluency comes with practice. You can try reading out loud at home or talking to yourself in English when you're alone.
Talking to myself, won't that be weird?
Not at all. It's actually a great way to practice. Plus, no one's around to hear you, so you can make as many mistakes as you want and learn from them.
I never thought of it that way. I'll give it a try. Any other tips?
You can also watch English movies or TV shows and try to repeat what the characters say. It helps with pronunciation and intonation. And if you feel comfortable, join a group or class where you can practice speaking with others.
That sounds useful. I do watch English movies, but I never tried repeating the dialogues. I'll start doing that.
Great! And remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Every little effort counts.
Thanks, Aisha. You've given me some good ideas. I'll definitely work on it. Maybe we can have more conversations like this?
Absolutely. I'm always here to help. Let's make it a regular thing. You'll see improvement in no time.
I appreciate it. I'm feeling more confident already.
That's the spirit. Just keep practicing and don't be too hard on yourself. You've got this.
Hey, Aisha. Thanks for our last chat. It really helped. I've been trying to practice more, but I still get stuck sometimes.
Hi, Ravi. I'm glad it helped. It's totally normal to get stuck. What part do you find most challenging?
I think it's forming sentences on the spot. When I try to speak, my mind goes blank, and I can't think of the right words.
That's a common issue. One thing that might help is to think in English. Instead of translating from your native language, try to form thoughts directly in English.
That sounds difficult. How do I start doing that?
Start small. For example, when you're doing everyday tasks, narrate them in your head in English. Like, I am making tea, or I am going to the store. It trains your brain to think in English.
Interesting. I'll try that. Sometimes I also feel like I don't know enough words to express myself.
Expanding your vocabulary is important. You can try learning a few new words every day. Use them in sentences to remember them better. Also, don't be afraid to use simple words. You don't need fancy vocabulary to communicate effectively.
That's reassuring. I often feel like I need to use complex words to sound fluent.
Not at all. Clear communication is key. Even native speakers use simple words most of the time. It's all about being understood.
That makes sense. I'll focus on that. And what about pronunciation? Sometimes I feel people don't understand me because of my accent.
Accents are natural, and everyone has one. The important thing is clarity. You can practice pronunciation by listening to native speakers and mimicking them. There are also tongue twisters that can help with specific sounds.
Tongue twisters? Those sound fun. Can you give me an example?
Sure, try this one. She sells seashells by the seashore. It's great for practicing the S sound.
She sells seashells by the seashore. Wow, that's tricky, but fun. I'll practice it.
It'll get easier with practice. And don't forget to take it slow. Rushing can make you more prone to mistakes. Speaking slowly can help you enunciate better and give you more time to think.
I'll keep that in mind. This is really helpful, Aisha. Thanks for all the tips.
Anytime, Ravi. I'm glad to help. Just remember, consistency is key. Keep practicing and you'll see progress.
Will do. Let's continue our practice sessions. They really boost my confidence.
Definitely. We'll keep at it, and soon enough, you'll feel much more comfortable speaking English.
Thanks, Aisha. I'm lucky to have a friend like you.
Likewise, Ravi, I'm happy to see you improving. Let's keep going.
Hey, Aisha, I've been practicing thinking in English as you suggested, and it's helping. But sometimes I still get frustrated when I can't express myself the way I want to.
Hi, Ravi. I'm glad to hear you're trying that technique. Frustration is natural, but remember that it's all part of the learning process. Have you tried writing down what you want to say before speaking?
Writing down? No, I haven't tried that. How does it help?
Writing can help organize your thoughts and give you a chance to practice sentence structure without the pressure of speaking on the spot. You can write short paragraphs about your day, your plans, or any topic you're interested in, and then read them out loud.
That sounds like a good idea. I can see how it would help me structure my thoughts better. I'll start doing that.
Great! And if you want, you can share your writings with me. I can help correct any mistakes and give you feedback. It's another way to practice.
I'd like that. I'll start with something simple and send it to you. Another thing, sometimes I feel shy speaking English around people who are fluent.
That's understandable. Speaking a new language in front of fluent speakers can be intimidating, but most people are supportive and appreciate the effort you're putting in.
I know, but the fear of being judged is always there.
I get that. Try to remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes, even in their native language. Also, you could start by practicing with people you're comfortable with before gradually expanding to others.
That's a good strategy. I'll start with friends who are patient and supportive, like you.
Exactly. And remember, confidence comes with practice. The more you speak, the more comfortable you'll become.
Thanks, Aisha. Your support means a lot. I'll keep practicing and try to be more patient with myself.
That's the spirit. You're doing great, Ravi. Just keep going and don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone.
I will. And thanks again for all the tips and encouragement. It really makes a difference.
Anytime, Ravi. I'm always here to help. Let's keep practicing together and you'll see amazing progress.
Hey, Aisha, guess what? I had a conversation in English with a colleague today, and it went pretty well.
That's awesome, Ravi. I'm so proud of you. How did it feel?
It felt good. I was nervous at first, but once I started talking, it got easier. I made a few mistakes, but my colleague was really understanding.
That's fantastic. Making mistakes is part of the process, and it's great that your colleague was supportive. What did you talk about?
We talked about a project we're working on. I had to explain some of my ideas in English. It was a bit challenging, but I managed.
That's a big step forward, Ravi. Explaining work-related ideas in another language is not easy. You should be really proud of yourself.
Thanks, Aisha. Your encouragement and our practice sessions really helped. I'm starting to feel more confident.
I'm so glad to hear that. Keep pushing yourself and you'll keep improving. Do you feel ready to try speaking more English at work?
I think so. I'll take it one step at a time, but I'm definitely more open to the idea now.
That's the right approach. Gradual progress is key, and remember you can always reach out if you need help or just want to practice more.
I will. Thanks again, Aisha. You've been a great friend and mentor through this.
It's my pleasure, Ravi. Seeing your progress is really rewarding. Keep it up, and you'll achieve your goals.
I will. Let's continue our practice sessions. They've been really helpful.
Absolutely. We'll keep at it, and you'll keep getting better. Here's to more conversations in English.
Cheers to that. Thanks for everything, Aisha.
Anytime, Ravi. Let's keep going strong.
Some questions and answers related to the conversation between Aisha and Ravi about understanding English, but having difficulty speaking it.
Why does Ravi struggle with speaking English despite understanding it well?
Ravi struggles with speaking English because he fears making mistakes and lacks regular practice opportunities.
What strategies did Aisha suggest to help Ravi improve his English speaking skills?
Aisha suggested several strategies, including practicing speaking English with friends or family, thinking in English, reading out loud, watching English movies and repeating dialogues, writing down thoughts and reading them aloud, and joining groups or classes to practice speaking with others.
How did Ravi feel about the idea of talking to himself in English?
Ravi initially thought it would be weird to talk to himself in English, but Aisha explained that it's a great way to practice without the pressure of being judged by others.
What did Ravi find challenging about speaking English on the spot?
Ravi found it challenging to form sentences on the spot because his mind often went blank, and he couldn't think of the right words quickly.
What improvement did Ravi notice after following Aisha's advice?
Ravi noticed that thinking in English was helping him. He also successfully had a conversation in English with a colleague, which boosted his confidence.
How did Aisha help Ravi feel more comfortable with making mistakes?
Aisha reassured Ravi that making mistakes is a natural part of learning and emphasized that even native speakers make mistakes. She encouraged him to view mistakes as learning opportunities.
Why did Ravi find it intimidating to speak English around fluent speakers?
Ravi found it intimidating to speak English around fluent speakers because he feared being judged for his mistakes and lack of fluency.
What are some specific activities Aisha recommended to improve pronunciation?
Aisha recommended listening to native speakers and mimicking them, practicing tongue twisters, and speaking slowly to improve pronunciation and clarity.
How did Ravi's colleague react to his efforts to speak English?
Aisha foresaw that regular practice would help Ravi become more comfortable and fluent in speaking English, gradually reducing his fear and improving his ability to communicate effectively.